We got a fun one for you today. It is officially week 14 in the NFL. So you know what we got to talk about? Pick'em. We got Pick'em to go over first before we... I guess not even before. Pick'em's the very first thing. What am I saying? Pick'em. Very first thing we're going to get into. Very excited to talk about that. It's our weekly running series that, hey, we back. So we got that to talk about. Obviously got my NFL breakdown and bets to give out to you guys as well. 6 teams on bye, so that's going to be not as fun, especially with your boys, the Colts, on bye. That sucks. But also, I guess it's kind of sucks, but also relieving that they got to bye this late in the season. Just sucks that I don't know if they're going to make playoffs. Tough road ahead. But also, along with that, we have college football to talk about. But not only do we have college football to talk about, it's conference championship week, people. So we got conference championships to talk about in college football. Very, very excited to talk about that. So without any further ado, I think we should just head on over to the Pick'em board, right? And like said, shout out Stare Down Sports, Stare Down Greatness. As you can see, we store down greatness this weekend. We stare down greatness this weekend. I messed it up twice, man. No, as you can see, though, staring down greatness is what we're trying to do. Amazing week for your boy. Amazing week for your boy. Only complaint, as you can see, we didn't switch off to the Rams, which ended up being a good thing. We also ended up, probably could have flipped to Pittsburgh. Probably should have flipped to Pittsburgh the more we thought about it. But at the end of the day, we aren't going to critique a really good week. But if I was going to, I probably should have picked Pittsburgh if we're being real. It's just crazy, man. Because remember, I told you I was really uncomfortable with how many favorites we picked. I'm pretty sure, yeah, favored, not favored. Or I guess since he was favored. Oh, man. Technically, according to this, only 2 underdogs won. Crazy. But as you can see, the most important part, I mean, you see how many points we got. Our boy Danny, we scored. Hey. We right back in the hunt, baby. As you can see, right back in the hunt. Obviously sitting in 4th place. 6 points out of 3rd. I mean, we're looking at podium, people. We got to keep this shit up. Very, very excited, honestly, with how great of a weekend we had last weekend. I've been preaching it for, 3 or 4 weeks? It's like, man, we're right there. I mean, fuck, it's probably been like 6 weeks, 7 weeks I've been preaching. It's like, man, we are right there. We are right there. Every week we were just right there, steady climbing. Finally had the explosion week that we much needed, like I said. Now we're sitting in 4th place, not looking too bad. I mean, it's 4th place. We got 11 points behind us in 5th. I mean, the gap starts to go. If you remember, it was the other way where we were back within the pack. I mean, we were within everyone in the pack right here. I mean, from 5 down, all within this pack right here, and we were just stuck. We were closer to everyone down here. Now all of a sudden, we're starting to separate a little bit down here. Starting to get a little bit closer up here. So without any further ado, let's continue on and talk about some of the games this week. So going into this week, Detroit, Green Bay kicking off Thursday night. I am going to pick Detroit. Going to be a low number, though. I think Green Bay has a realistic chance to steal this, especially with all the injuries that the Detroit Lions are dealing with on defense. I mean, at a certain point, we talked about it yesterday. I think they're missing 9 of their 11 starters that they prefer to have to start the season. When you get to that point, it's going to become a bit of an issue. And for those of you who have not tuned into the latest episode that I published yesterday, I got a hernia in my groin. I'm not going to make as big of a deal about it as I did yesterday and make as many jokes, but it's not the most comfortable thing to deal with. And as you can imagine, it being in my groin hurts to sit. So I think I'm like 7 minutes into recording right now, and it's already starting to be an issue. So if you notice me moving around a lot, that's why. I mean, I think it got to the point yesterday where giving out picks, talking like this, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said this wasn't, I mean, it's not the worst pain in the world. My shoulder hurt. My shoulder surgery definitely was worse than this. It's just uncomfortable, damn it. But yeah, anyway, moving on though, Detroit. We're going to stick there. Tennessee, Jacksonville. I will take Tennessee. They've been playing a lot better lately. Jacksonville probably having no Trevor Lawrence as well. Makes this decision, makes it a little bit easier. Let's just say that. I also need to, sorry. Just makes it a little bit, I'll be honest, we don't need to stay on this game. I just can't get myself to take Jacksonville. No way. Miami and New York Jets. Gotta take Miami here. Won't be shocked if the Jets win, but it's just one of those situations I just can't. Especially after last week, I thought the Jets had it's like, I was ready to be wrong. Like, damn, all right, the Jets won that. We thought they might steal it, just maybe, and then the Seahawks ended up, like, I wouldn't have been shocked if the Seahawks lost. And right away, first quarter's playing out like, okay. I was like, okay, we're wrong. It happens. But then the Jets end up blowing it like they do, and it's like, oh, nice. So we got to take Miami there. I don't trust it a lot, but I can't get myself to take the Jets. Minnesota, Atlanta. I think I got to take Minnesota here. Atlanta damn near probably should have won the game against the Chargers. If they didn't have 4 interceptions from Kirk Cousins. Oh, but Kirk Cousins' revenge game. This is going to be a low note. This is going to be one of those situations I'm probably going to put like a 4 or 5 on Minnesota. But I think that Kirk, especially in Minnesota, I think Kirk Cousins is going to be pretty up for this game. Man, I'll admit to you, at first I wasn't really fully into this game. Now all of a sudden it's like, okay, shit, I'm actually very, very into this game now. And for those of you wondering why the times are so weird, I believe it's in Pacific time. I live in Eastern. For whatever reason, my Pickem thing's in Pacific. Just never changed it, man. I won't lie to you. Just never changed, so we're kind of just leaving it as that. New Orleans. New York Giants. Just not taking the Giants. Not taking the Giants. I don't know who's starting between Drew Lock or... How about that Danny DeVito? Or Tommy DeVito. I don't know who's starting between the two, but... Yeah, I can't take them. I was almost going to try to talk myself into the Giants because, like, well, the Saints haven't been too good either, but... I don't think I can get myself there. Philadelphia, Carolina. Yeah. We're not taking Carolina. I do think Bryce Young's playing a lot better, looking... Chef's kiss, man. He's looking like a real NFL quarterback now. It looks like sitting him for those 2 or 3 games was actually a really good decision on the Panthers' part. But with all that being said, the Philadelphia Eagles have been playing really great football, coming off an amazing win against the Falcons. I mean, this could be similar to how the Chiefs game was, where Carolina probably keeps it close, keeps a fighting chance and everything. I just don't see him winning this game. Let's be real. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. You're in Pittsburgh. I kind of want to take Cleveland. I'm not going to lie to you. But the fact that they won the last game out, I think that Pittsburgh's going to be able to get the home and home. Think Cleveland won at home. Think Pittsburgh gets this back at home. But this is going to be a low-number game for me for sure. This is going to be some great football. This actually has me, I won't lie, kind of wanting to check out Hard Knocks. Because they're doing Hard Knocks on the AFC North. I planned on not watching it at all this year. I'll admit, starting to be tempted to be like, maybe, just maybe, but not yet. And like I said, overall, I just think that overall Pittsburgh's a better team, especially on defensively as well. So I think we're just going to stay there. No reason to take Cleveland, even though I do a little bit of a lean. Tampa Bay, Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I just don't think the Las Vegas quarterback situation it's not pretty. I do think O'Connell's better than anything they have there, but overall it's just been a interesting year for them, to say the least. Something's not wrong with the quarterback. Feels like it's something wrong with defensively. They aren't getting enough stops, and they're finally getting enough stops. They're having to play Gardner Minshew or Desmond Ridder. Nothing's just been right for this team all season. And Tampa Bay, on the other hand, has been pretty good, playing very, very well, and they still have a chance for the division. But yet again, this is one of those games where if Vegas wins, it'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't even, I'm not even being sarcastic. Like, it's one of those ones where if Vegas wins, it's like, oh, of course, just a game you can't predict. Like how last week, I mean, Baker is dealing with a bit of an injury, so that is a bit of a concern. But last week against the Panthers, I mean, that wasn't too shocking. The Panthers kept it close. I mean, it's a division game. You kind of expect that. There is a chance Las Vegas keeps it close here. I just don't know, man. I just can't get myself around it. So I'm for sure not going to be taking them there. Arizona, Seattle. I actually am going to take Seattle here. Kyler played awful last time they played. I just can't. I just don't think I can get myself to take Arizona, man. Especially after coming off a game where they blew. Ooh, apparently by the way, this is side news, but this is something I just noticed. UCF apparently inquiring about Cliff Kingsbury. That would be a very interesting hire. But like I said, going off to Arizona, man, last time these two teams played, I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe it's more of just the fact I'm thinking about when the last time these two teams played, it was just disgusting. I think also, too, if Seattle wins this, they sweep the season series, basically gives them complete control of the division. We need one more win for our season win total over that we gave out in our super spectacular, super duper fun parlay. That was Pittsburgh Steelers over, Seattle Seahawks over, Denver Broncos over, Carolina Panthers under. These are all season win totals. And, man, I can't wait to talk about futures. Side note, our future season was Pretty nice. Buffalo Rams. Yeah, Buffalo looks like the best team in one of the best teams in football right now, especially one of the best teams in the AFC. So, I mean, picking them over the Rams, I think that's makes sense. The fact the Rams are home, though, this could be sneaky good, but I don't know. The Bills are just playing such good football. Like, I want it to be good, but it also could end up 35-10, like it was against the 49ers. But I think the game might be a little bit closer than that because at least offensively, the Rams are going to be coming into this game, and obviously an injury could happen, but let's just say I don't think the 49ers plan on CMC getting injured in that game. That probably messed with their game plan a lot, and with the amount of injuries they already have, not a lot for them to fall back on. I feel like there's a little bit more for the Rams to fall back on, so that could be a little bit more competitive. San Fran. Bears. The Bears. Not picking them. We'll take San Fran. New coach theory. So we're going to have to bet on the Bears. That sucks. But it doesn't. For sure taking Bears spread. Don't know if we're going to take them to win fully, but new coach theory. If Jeff Saturday can beat the Raiders, we must take the bet. So we're going to bet on the new coach there. Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers. We're going to take Chiefs, low point total again. Won't be shocked if they win. And Dallas, Cincinnati, I am just not taking Dallas. No chance. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. I am taking Dallas there. I do not care. Bengals have been hot. They just can't stop a nosebleed. So that is my decision there. Another week. All favorites. All home favorites at that, pretty much. And then a few dogs. I mean, the thing is, it's just like there's not. I mean, it's one of those weeks again where maybe I'm either seeing the board really, really well, and I feel like I am at this point in the season with how many weeks I've watched, or it's just one of those weeks where I'm just so locked in on a few teams, I'm just missing something. Like for Detroit, Green Bay, wouldn't be shocked if Green Bay wins, but how can you bet against Detroit, especially with lately the way they've been playing? And I'm hoping to kind of bank on the fact that a lot of my family is going to pick Detroit as well. So maybe I'll just take the lower number. And at worst, I win with them. At best, they lose and we gain points that way. Like it's a little nice finagling game because, I mean, literally I won against Justin. We both missed one game. We won that game because I made the flip last second to put, hey, we're putting a 1 on this game because we don't know. Like, it's decisions like that make me so it makes me just like a little bit concerned. So like Detroit, like we were talking about Green Bay, Tennessee, Jacksonville. I'm picking Tennessee. I think Tennessee should win this game. Jacksonville for sure could win this game, especially with how bad Tennessee's playing. So I wouldn't be shocked there. Miami, I wouldn't be shocked. There's a lot of these I wouldn't be shocked. I just can't get myself to taking the other side. I'm going to plant my flag, die on my hill of being wrong instead of just going out on a limb for some of these. Especially when the season's, it's really starting to matter. I mean, let's be honest, these teams shouldn't stop at nosebleeds. We'll go a little bit higher. Chargers, Kansas City, we'll go a little bit lower just because of who these teams are. Who's going to score the least this week? We'll go Las Vegas. And then whose defense is really bad? Bengals. So who scored the fewest points? Whose defense is really good? We'll go Carolina. Right? Or is there a game I'm missing that probably... You know what? We'll just go Carolina. I don't want to spend... We've already spent a lot of time on this. I don't need to spend forever. All right, so now we're going to go to the points. So as you can see, we have a 13 because, like I said, 6 teams on bye, missing 3 games. Where's my 13 going? Immediate thoughts are Philadelphia, Carolina, right? I mean, I think that pretty much speaks for itself. The next 12. 12, I kind of want to go... Oh, holy fuck, did I put that in the wrong game? Pittsburgh, Cleveland, we'll go like a 3 for right now. That's probably going to change. Give me a second on that one, though. 12. I hate to say it, but it might be this game. I just can't get myself to... I mean, maybe put a 12 on the Bills. If the Bills were home, I'd probably put my 12 there, but they're on the road. We'll at least go 10 on them. San Fran at Chicago. I mean, they have no reason to lose this game, but I won't be shocked. Chargers, LA. This could be a really, really good game. So we'll leave a little bit of a high point on the Chiefs since they've been winning a lot, but that could end up being that's going to be a really fun game. I feel like that could be sneaky, like 38-31, or we could get... I would love for that to be the case, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be Chiefs kick a field goal. They win like 20-17, like I predicted down here, and it's just going to be a great football game, but not a fun high-scoring shootout. Something like that. Atlanta, Seattle. We'll put a 2 on Seattle since they're our underdog pick of the week. Detroit. We'll put a... Maybe this is where we'll put a 7. We'll leave a 7 there. Tennessee, I mean, we got an 11 that we got to get rid of too. I'm going to hate this, aren't I? I mean, why? I want to put it on the Saints. Let's be honest. I really want to put it on the Saints, but... Oh, brother, I can't get myself to do that. We'll put a 4 on the Bengals, though. I don't mind that one. Oh, shit. I wonder if my screen's shaking. I just need the ever-living hell out of my desk. So we got 5, 8, 11, 1. So that feels like an 8. 5. 4. 6. 7. No, I like the 7 there, actually. We'll go 5. We'll probably just do this. We'll bump every... We'll actually do a 4 there. I don't mind my 3 there. Oh, shit. I did all that and I didn't even get down my 11. I was doing all that thinking I already placed 11, so it's like, perfect. We got all the numbers we need. We did not put our 11 anywhere. Oh my gosh, man. I just don't know. Like, I won't lie to you. I'm very, very torn on where to put... Because I just don't have confidence in the games this week like that. Let's see. Where's a good one? I mean, I probably should just go Pittsburgh, right? Just quit overthinking it. Just put a lot on Pittsburgh. So maybe we'll just go 9. We'll put... A new coach theory, Jaden. New coach theory. That's... We'll go 10 there. We'll go... Actually, we'll leave the 10 there. 8? Do I... I don't mind that. Fuck it. I can't find anywhere else to put this, so we'll just do that. I don't mind that at all. We'll leave it at that. I really can't decide with these numbers. I'm not going to lie to you. So I don't... Fuck it. We're just going to lose an 11 on the Dolphins if it comes down to it. Because I can't... I don't know where else to put that 11. I feel like the Jets genuinely do have a shot in that game, but... oops. My bad. I just can't. Screw it. We're just going to leave the 11. That's the picks for this week. I will say, the ones I'm most nervous about, the 11 on Miami. I don't feel the greatest about that, but overall, I just don't know where else to put it. Because I want to put it on Detroit, but I genuinely think Green Bay has a chance in that game, so I can't go there. I guess we'll just move the Minnesota number. I guess Minnesota will move to, like, what is it? We'll move this to 6. 6, 7. We'll just bounce everything up until we get to 9. We'll go 6. We'll just do this. 6, 5. Man, now that feels too low on the Chiefs too. We'll just go 8. 9. Fuck it, we'll go the 11 there. That doesn't feel as bad. And then I will flip that right there. I think that feels a little bit better. I won't lie to you. The gut was telling me, hey, we got to change something around. That feels a little bit better. Moving an 8, that's not as bad. Giving Detroit a 9 bump. Now I will admit, now I'm on the little bit of the higher end of where I need Detroit to win, so it makes me a little bit nervous for the Thursday night game. And I'm a little bit nervous about Pittsburgh, but I don't think Pittsburgh should lose to Cleveland in Pittsburgh, right? Right? I don't think they should. So I feel a little bit better about this. Numbers feel a little bit more balanced, so... Hey, man. Love it. Let's head on to... let's go back to the gridiron, and now let's go over some bets, man. Let's go over some damn bets. And breakdowns. Don't forget the breakdowns as well. So like I said, now it's time to break down. Let's start off with that Thursday night game. Oh, we made it so long, man. Made another like 25 minutes before the hernia started hurting. But now it's hurting. No, but like I said, what's this? Oh, it's just a promotion for the game, right? I'm trying to see. I think there's a big matchup on camp. All right, yeah, I thought that was something cool. It's not. Thursday night, Lions. I think it's 3.5. Is that the number I saw? Yeah, I did. That's disgusting. 3.5. Staying away. Over under 51.5. Staying away. I really, truly do not have a side I want to take in this game. If anything, we'll take Lions money line at minus 168. So we'll give that out, I guess. Just to have, basically, and this is literally just to, like, I'm not betting it, but this is just basically to pick a side in this game. We'll take Lions money line. I just think the Packers might do something to keep it close. I am very, it's the biggest thing is its defense, man. The fact that Lions defense is as banged up as it is has me beyond nervous for them and just what they're going to put out there. But at the same time, they've been so good. It's like, you might as well just keep trusting in the team, right? Having some time to rest. I'm assuming David Montgomery's feeling a little bit healthier. So that makes me wonder, going into the receiving props, they are back to a little bit normal, which is what we love. So be aware, we are going to take Gibbs over 64.5. But there is a chance that they use him a little bit less since they used him more last week because of the David Montgomery injury. But I'm not going to play the game of, they're going to use him less and more. We're just going to keep writing out our Jahmyr Gibbs rushing over because that's been very, very nice to us every single week. Passing touchdown-wise, both these quarterbacks throw over 1.5 passing touchdowns is minus 128, minus 115. I think we will do that because both will need to score. So we will do Goff and... This is not a parlay, by the way. I'm just giving out both of them. Jared Goff and not Caleb Love. Jesus, I did it again. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Like that number, a good amount. If there's no Romeo Doubs, I might take some Dontavian Wicks stuff, which I'm not for sure there will. They don't have Dontavian Wicks stuff up. So, all right. That answers that question. We will be taking, let's see if they love the number, but so we're going to take Tim Patrick over 23.5 receiving yards. I just think this is too low. I mean, he damn near got this in 1 receptions in their last game, but I just think if he gets about 3 to 4 receptions, 20 is just way too low. So we're going to play the game of I think he gets enough receptions to hit this over. And then touchdown-wise for this game, probably take Gibbs, minus 155. Take Montgomery, minus 150, keep it normal. Probably take Jacobs minus 145. And then if we're taking another Packer, so they have Romeo Doubs listed. I don't know if he's playing. If he doesn't play, like Dontavian Wicks, if Romeo Doubs plays, might lean him. Might even lean Tucker Kraft. I don't know. This is going to be for sure a... Packers are just one of those teams. They pass it around to too many guys. Not the biggest fan of taking their props for that reason, just because there's... Unless there's an injury. If there's an injury, then you can start narrowing it in on a few guys. But if Romeo Doubs is there, Dontavian Wicks is there, Jaden Reed's there, Josh Jacobs is there, Tucker Kraft's there. Anybody's week, any given Sunday. So that's kind of what we're looking at for that game. Lions, money line, Gibbs over 64.5 rushing yards. Jared Goff and Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Tim Patrick over 23.5 receiving yards. And then we're going to go Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, David Montgomery touchdown, Josh Jacobs touchdown. Next game, we will take Bucks minus 6.5. They should win this game by about 8 to 10. Will they? I don't know. Aiden O'Connell looked pretty good against the Chiefs, so this minus 6.5 number does have me a little bit nervous about that. I don't have a number. Let me see if this book has a number. We're going to take Mike Evans receiving over, and we're going to take him to score touchdowns. Rec over and TD. I just think that, like I said, we talked about a little bit yesterday, Mike Evans, they're trying to get him that record. It matters to a lot of people on that team that Mike Evans keeps his 1,000-yard thing up, especially to the quarterback throwing in the passes, so we love that part of it. They don't have any player props, do they? Nope. Cool. So whatever, if Mike Evans, as long as it's like, if it's around like 64.5 or lower, love the number. Anything higher than that, we'll start to get a little bit nervous about it, but we still might consider taking it anyway. But yeah, Bucks minus 6.5, Mike Evans stuff there. Touchdown-wise, we're going to probably take Mike Evans, but we could also... Bucky Irvin's been balling out a little bit lately. Cade Otton's been quiet, so it feels like he might be due, but we're good. We can just not... Man, I'm already not liking a lot of these lines I'm seeing. Next one, Steelers minus 6.5 over the Browns. We're going to write in red. Feels a little bit too big. Yeah, it just feels a little bit too big. We're going to probably take the Steelers special again because, I mean, it's... Should have damn near almost hit last week, but it obviously didn't. Steelers special, for those of you who are new, is I think it's under same game parlay. It's a team to win the first half, team to win regulation. First half winner and a regulation winner. So Cleveland Browns to win the first half, and then Pittsburgh Steelers to win the game is plus 700. So, yeah, give me that. Najee Harris, we're going to look for him to do decent in this game. So we're going to look at some of his stuff. And then David Njoku. He had one catch for 9 yards against the Steelers last time he played. I feel like that's going to change this time. I think he's going to be involved a little bit more. I think Jerry Jeudy, as amazing of a game as he had last time out, I think the Steelers are going to hyper-focus on stopping that guy, which should open up the game for people like Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman, David Njoku, maybe Nick Chubb? But yeah, maybe take some George chicken stuff as well, but for sure, if I'm going to take anything, it's maybe Steelers spread. For sure, taking the Steelers special, and then past that, we're going to just have to probably wait and see. I'm not fully for sure yet on anything else I really want in this game, just because, like I said, my 6.5, not the biggest fan of, and this is an AFC North game, so this could be 17-13, or we could get lucky again with another shootout. But you best believe Jameis Winston's going to be throwing that pill all over the yard. We might be also looking to take some of Jameis Winston's passing over. Moving on. Titans. 3.5 points over the Jags. No, thank you. We're just not going to take anything in this game. If anything, we might take Nick Westbrook-Akine because he's been on an insane touchdown scoring streak, scored again. But this is a game where he should most likely score again, so I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't score. It's one of those situations where it makes me nervous. Like, man, he's been scoring a lot lately. Is he actually going to score again? But I don't know. We're just, like I said, we're just going to stay away from that game. One of those games we don't really need to bet on. Eagles, minus 12.5. I got to take it just with how dominant the Eagles have been lately. I mean, they 3-point dogs to the Ravens on the road. Beat them by 12-ish. So now they're 12.5 point favorites against Carolina, who has been playing better. Give me the Eagles, man. Take the Eagles at minus 12.5. Saquon. We're going to take Saquon's rush over, and obviously we're going to take our touchdown trio of Hurts, TD, A.J. Brown, TD, and then we're going to take a Saquon TD. But I am a bit nervous that Saquon, this is a great game for Saquon to potentially, if they get up to a huge lead, they might sit him in the late third, early fourth. So hopefully he can get a lot of his stats before all that happens. And then we're going to probably keep an eye on some Adam Thielen props once we see those drop, because he had an awesome game last game, but this Eagles defense has been pretty good. So might stay away from that. Going to probably take, if anything, some Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Brooks stuff. Might look there, but I don't need to bet on the Panthers. We're good there. Vikings, 5.5 point favorites over the Falcons. I'm not going to take anything in this game. 5.5 just feels like a weird number. And I think the Falcons truly do have a chance to win this game, especially with the motivation factor for Kirk Cousins coming back to Minnesota. I think it's going to be, if anything, I'm going to take the Falcons plus 5.5, but I don't want to bet the Falcons, so we're probably just going to stay away. And I really don't know who to bet on the score in this game because the Vikings have been really shaky as of late. I lean Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson. T.J. Hawkinson wouldn't be a bad one either. And then for the Falcons, I don't know. I want to say Bijan, but he scored last week. Is he really going to score 2 weeks in a row? Kyle Pitts, horrible last game out. Horrible recently. Don't want to take him. Drake London would probably be my guess if I take anybody. But yeah, I'm good. Dolphins, 6.5 point favorites over the Jets. I'm good. Don't want to take that there. I'll wait to bet the Dolphins live, if anything. I'm not going to trust them minus 6.5 against the Jets in division, because in division games where some of the weird stuff can happen. We will take Achan's reception over, as long as it's under 4. If it's anything, if it's 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, we'll take it. Anything, if it's 5.5 and up, we aren't taking it. Achan reception, and we're going to take it probably receiving yards, as long as they're under like 35, 40-ish. Because their running game has been, if their running game is not good, they're able to get stuff with these quick like dump offs to the running backs, the quick passes to the wide receivers to make up for that little bit of the run game when it's struggling. So at least if it struggles, it's good to know that, hey, he's going to get the receiving yards, but I can't take his rushing, especially when he's been so hit and miss. And then past that, I really don't want to take anything else. This is going to be a great live betting opportunity, I think, for me in this game and for the people. If you want to bet this game, I just watch it live, because you're going to be able to get a tell of what's going on live better than anything pregame. Because I just don't like betting on either of these two teams too much this year, especially with how much money the Jets have cost me. So I think I'm good there. Saints, 3.5 point favorites over the Giants. I'm good, but I will take Saints minus 3.5. Why not? We'll take Saints minus 3.5. I literally can't give you a good reason why to take it. I'm just picking the Saints, so I thought I might as well bet on it. We're going to probably take Kamara to have a Kamara touchdown. And we might take his receiving over as long as the receptions are under like 3.5, 4.5. I just... this is another one of those games, man. I'm good. I don't need to... I'll enjoy watching this. I'll enjoy live betting a guy or two to score. But past that, I don't want to bet anything pregame. I don't want to get too deep dove into that game because... I'm not going to lie to you. With only so many teams playing this week, this might be a lighter week to just not go as crazy. Instead of going crazy across the board, just go crazy on the teams we love. Because there's not as many... There's a lot of bets I like, not a lot of bets I love. Which is... be a dangerous, dangerous game. But yeah, we'll take the Saints 3.5. Take some Kamara stuff as well. Seahawks, 2.5 point dogs. The Cardinals. Give me the Seahawks on the money line. If you want to take the points, I'd recommend it. Points are always great to be taken, but we're going to take Seahawks money line. It feels like they've been playing a lot better lately, and after the Cardinals blew that game against Minnesota, I'm not sure where they're at fully mentally. And for the Seahawks, if they win this game, I think that puts them 2 games ahead in the division, and they'll have 2 wins over the Cardinals, which I don't want to say that will lock up the division for them, but this game is pretty much for the division. If Seahawks win this, I think they're going to be the favorite to win the division. Which, speaking of, if you actually... maybe that might be a better play. This is actually a really good opportunity to look at this. So, we probably want to go to record breaker, Saquon. By the way, that record breaker for Saquon, since I'm scrolling past it, down to plus 300. So if you guys took that plus 2,500 with me, feed the beast. Keep moving on, though. We wanted to talk divisions. That's what it was. Sorry, I scrolled past it. So, man. It's crazy. It's that time of year where they're knocking teams out of contention for divisions. Like for the Colts division, there's 3 teams. AFC North, there's 2 teams now. AFC West, 3 teams. But we want to talk Seahawks plus 145, Arizona's plus 180. So, truly, if you want to like really, really invest in this, so we're going to take Seahawks money line, and we're going to take Seahawks to win the division at plus 145. I think if they, like I said, if they win this game, they have the tiebreaker. If they lose it, I don't know who gets the tiebreaker in that circumstance. I think it's still the Seahawks. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But I do like the opportunity for the Seahawks here to win this game. I might take some Jason stuff. But this is another one of those teams. They've been so weird offensively. I don't know. I'm going to probably do another deep dive on that again. So I might end up with something if you want to check out Stare Down Sports, Stare Down Greatness. If you want to check out my article I'll write for these on Saturday. Probably have this out Saturday evening, Saturday night. Man, that groin, baby. That hernia hurting. We're moving on now. Sunday, 425, 49ers minus 3.5 against the Bears. New coach theory, Bears plus 3.5. I'm obligated to take this bet. And I know there's people out there saying, but it's your money and you place the bet. You don't have to take it. Yes, we have to take it. New coach theory. There's a new coach bump in the first game anytime there's a new voice in the locker room, especially with... The only issue is that, man... Eberflus was so bad, there might be a massive bump. I don't know, though. I'm not the biggest fan of this bet. I definitely wouldn't take it if you have no reason to want... If you don't want to touch this game, I would recommend probably not touching this game at all. I'm probably going to take Isaac Guerrero to score a touchdown. He's the new running back now for the 49ers. We're going to take Guerrero TD. We're going to maybe take some Kittle stuff. Kittle had a very, very off game last game. I look for him to have a bounce back here. So we are going to take Kittle receiving over, and we're going to take some touchdowns for him. That leads us to Sunday, 425. We got the Buffalo Bills. Minus 4.5 against the Rams. Give me the Buffalo Bills. So we're going to go Bills minus 4.5. They've been scoring a lot of points lately, so this gives us an opportunity to bet on a few guys. So we're going to do the usual James Cook or Josh Allen. Both of them scored last week in force, which was awesome. I kind of want to go Ray Davis. I think they might be able to sneak another guy in. That wouldn't be too bad, but I'm not going to give that one out. That just might be one I bet as the game goes on because they've seemed to give him a few more carries. It seems to be James Cook, then Ray Davis, then Ty Johnson. And it's more of a, hey, Ray Davis might sneak in here and there, but Ty Johnson very clearly seems like the third guy now. I would think, or maybe he was just so injured that they played Ray Davis more. But Ray Davis seems to be solidified in that 2 role, so I do love that for him. We might also take some Cooper Kupp stuff. He had a horrible game last time out, so I just look for them to bounce back. So that might be an over we look at for there. But I don't have too much in that game. Chargers, 3.5-point dogs to the Chiefs. We got some news about Deontay Johnson. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but we're gonna take Chargers +3. Chiefs have not covered a game at all recently, so this is gonna be the game where they win by like 30 or something like that. No, in all honesty, I literally think this is gonna be a field goal game. Come down to potentially a last-minute field goal to win it. So I don't mind taking the Chargers, getting 3.5 there, to where either way the hook is potentially we're on the good side of the hook there. So I will take that 3.5. Betting wise, I'm not going to take any props in this game at all. This is a perfect example of a game you want to watch live to figure out who the hell to bet on. I might take both quarterbacks over 1.5 passing touchdowns maybe, but I mean the offense has been so bad for the Chargers. Oh no. It feels like both teams are going to want to run the ball, take away a few possessions here and there. So I'm afraid we're going to lose we might lose potentially like 2 or 3 possessions in this game, time-wise, just for the fact the way these teams like to run the clock. So maybe, if anything, we'll go tight end. We'll go Will Dissly. Take some Will Dissly stuff. That might actually, you know what? That's what we probably will do. We'll take some Will Dissly stuff. Might take some Travis Kelce stuff. I don't know. My first few look-throughs this game, I just can't find anything I love, man. We'll probably maybe take some Noah Gray stuff, actually. He's been popping off. So we'll think about Noah Gray. They're sharing time between the running backs now, so that kind of sucks for that game, or for that aspect of it. And then, like I said, we already talked about the Chargers, man, with how much they pass around the ball, all the injuries they're dealing with, yada, 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 vice versa, all that. Yeah, we don't need to bet on props anymore. Don't need to bet on Quentin Johnson anymore. I want to bet on Ladd McConkey, but he's banged up a little bit. So, you know what we actually will do? Josh Palmer, man. Especially if Ladd is dealing with some injuries. Josh Palmer has been really, really good against the Chiefs. So, keep an eye on Josh Palmer, man. That's going to be a guy we look at for taking potential some of his stuff. And that leaves us with one more game, man. Bengals, 5.5-point favorites over the Cowboys. Give me the Bengals -5.5. Damn, I wrote down the wrong line. Bengals -5.5. We're going to go Chase Brown touchdown, Jamar Chase touchdown. We're going to go Chase touchdown. Chase TD. Damn. I just messed myself up doing that. We're taking Chase Brown TD as well. Probably take some Chase Brown rushing stuff because the Cowboys defense has been a little bit weak to the run. But I like the I like the Bengals in this game. 5.5, though, feels like a lot of points. But at the same time, if the offense is playing as good as it has, they could potentially win this game huge. Man, I can't wait to talk about some college football. But before we get to that, here are all my bets for NFL. Lions on the money line, just as a pick. We aren't really taking that. Gibbs over 64.5 rushing yards. Jared Goff and Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Tim Patrick over 23.5 receiving yards. Bucks -6.5. Mike Evans receiving over and anytime touchdown. We're going to take the Steelers special, which is Cleveland Browns to win the first half, Steelers to win the game. We're taking Najee touchdown. We're going to take a David Njoku. We're going to take, I think, either receptions or receiving over. Not fully decided there. Eagles -12.5. Saquon's rushing over. Jalen Hurts touchdown. A.J. Brown touchdown. Saquon touchdown. Devon Achane's receptions and receiving over. We're going to take the Saints -3.5. Alvin Kamara touchdown and his receiving over. Oh, sorry. Receptions over. Alvin Kamara's receptions over. Seahawks, money line. And we're also going to take the Seahawks to win the division at +145. We're going to double dip there. I think this is the game where they start to pull ahead and make this their division, especially with all the injuries to the 49ers. Sorry, that was a little bit of Rowan dive. Shout out my boy Rowan, appearing on his show tomorrow. Bears, +3.5. New coach theory. Only reason we're taking that, Isaac Guerrero touchdown. Then we're going to take George Kittle's receiving over. Bills, -4.5. James Cook or Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Ray Davis, anytime touchdown. Cooper Kupp's receiving over. Chargers +3.5. Will Dissly, Noah Gray, Josh Palmer. All guys I'm looking at taking their props. Probably touchdowns and receiving overs for all three of those guys. And then we're going to go Bengals -5.5. Jamar Chase Brown, anytime touchdown. And you heard that right. Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, anytime touchdown. Man, real quick before we get to college, I want to see something. Rowan gave me I want to see how this. Thought so. It's very light lime green as you can tell. And I mean, I was debating trying to find a. What the hell? We got some shit on my green tree. I was debating on hanging this up somewhere, but I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. So I just want to check that out real quick. But now it's time for some college football conference championship. We want to talk about Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson suspended 1 game without pay for conduct detrimental to the team. He'll miss the game against the Giants after the bye. The fallout from the very strange. That's what Ian Rappaport had to say. It's a very, very, very strange situation with Deontay Johnson and everything going around. But I hate to say it. I don't know what's going on, but he's in a lot of locker rooms and just things have not gone right. So obviously I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I don't want to get into it too much because I don't know for sure. Don't know for sure what's going on, so I don't want to speculate too much, but man, you have to see it. But like I said, that was the thing I wanted to bring up in that. So we're going to go to college football now. Conference championship week. We got some games kicking off Friday. We got a little money line special for you. We're going to save it, though. I'm going to give out... Let's just talk about games. We'll just start listing off the games, and I'll talk about bets as we go along. To make the college football playoffs, it's now down... We talked about it Wednesday. I said I would take South Carolina... Or yesterday, I talked about how I would take South Carolina. I would take it plus 900, knowing Alabama's probably going to make it in. Alabama is now minus 400. SMU is minus 480. Last 2 teams to have a chance to make it in. It pretty much seems like if Clemson wins, SMU is bumping Alabama out. If Alabama wins... Sorry, if SMU wins, Clemson's out, Alabama's in. If Clemson wins, SMU might bump Alabama out. So it's a... Clemson and Alabama seem like they're the 2 teams hanging on for that last little spot. Obviously, some stuff can change with the group of 5 as well because of the whole Boise State situation, Army if they win. So, going to be fun, man. Going to be a fun little conference championship week. So now moving into the, like I said, you got UNLV, 3.5-point dogs at Boise State. We are going to take Boise minus 3.5. I think that they have this line at 3.5 for a reason. I think this is going to be a 4-point game. Very, very close. I'm very excited. This is going to be a fun game. Ashton Genty to score a touchdown, minus 750. Him to score twice, minus 170. We'll probably take that. If anything, we might do a nice little, Ooh, now that's an idea. We might, usually, I won't lie. I hate doing 2-leg parlays because it's just like, just take the shit solo, both things solo, and it might be just better. This is a rare situation, it might not. So Ashton Genty to score twice and Boise State money lines, plus 107. Something to keep an eye on. That's something that's your boy might end up taking. Because, yeah, them to win and Ashton Genty to score once does nothing. But him to score twice, you finally get some odds that basically boosts it to even odds, which I don't mind at all. Ricky White for UNLV. That's a guy I'm probably looking at if we're going to take any props for him. He's looking at 76.5. What has he been doing lately? I haven't checked on him in a minute. But we'll probably just leave it with the Genty stuff. We'll probably just stick with the game. I don't want to go too crazy on the props. Because, yeah, like if he gets... So, basically, if Ricky White gets 7 receptions, he'll hit the over. 7+ receptions, he'll hit the over. If he gets 5, he's probably going under. So, we need 7 receptions. If you like... We'll take it. Why not? 76.5. Is it even 76 or what is it? 76.5 receiving yards. I don't mind that too bad. What's his receptions looking at? They don't got it up. Nice. Okay. I forgot college props don't really like that. So yeah, Boise State minus 3.5 in this game. Ashton Genty 2 touchdowns. And then we're gonna take Ricky White over 76.5 receiving yards. He's a receiver for UNLV. But I am very tempted to take Boise State money line. Ashton Genty 2+ touchdowns at plus 107. And that is where I very heavy lean. I'm very excited to watch Ashton Genty in this game. I honestly, this is great. These are all going to be live betting games, obviously, where you might be able to live bet and get an amazing number, but I don't. We're going to enjoy it. This number's kind of moved, so I'm glad I might have actually got some value on this now because it moved. Let's see. Jacksonville State is now 4.5 point favorites over. Let me see if they're actually 4.5 on this other book. They're 4.5 over Western Kentucky, who they just played last week and lost by 2. I do think they win that game. I don't have super insights on both teams. I just like Jacksonville State. We've talked about Jacksonville State a lot this year. They've been good to us. So we might. Of course, this book isn't working out, so we might stick with that there. But I don't like it being 4.5 though. I really don't like that it moved to 4.5. That's disgusting because I was able to get 3.5. And of course, yeah, the one book I want to look at to see if those odds moved, it's not working. So we're probably going to have to just assume that it's 4.5 on most books. It is. It is officially moved to 4.5. That's tough. Wish I would have bet it at 3.5. 4.5, not the biggest fan of it, but I do think Jacksonville State wins this game against Western Kentucky, winning another Conference USA title, which is now awesome for them because they just recently joined the league as of last year. And it's crazy to think that they've been good to us this season, man. So I don't even lie to you. This might be just an all vibes bet. They've been great to us this season. They're favored by 4.5. Let's bet them one more time, baby. And then one more time in the bowl game, potentially. So that's a little bit of a reason there. Very similar reason for this game. Army plus 5.5. Tulane coming off a heartbreaking loss to Memphis. Memphis doing that to Tulane kind of opened my eyes a little bit because it's like, man, Memphis and Tulane only scored about 20 on Memphis, who's been struggling a little bit on defense. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit like, oh, okay. So I do like the fact that we're going to take Army plus 5.5. We're going to take Army money line as well. I truly think that Army can win this game with how good they've been. I think this is a very important game to Army. They got this game, and then they got Navy next week. They win both those games. I mean, they win both those games. Boise State loses. Army's potentially in the college football playoffs. So this is a massive, massive game for Army. And please tell me we can, hate the odds, but this might be, if you want to make it fun, we might, I like this. So we're going to go Bryson Daly. He is minus 220 to score. I do like him to score, but if you're going to take him, Army has a really good running back in Kanye Udo. We're going to take him at plus 170 to score. I really think that he has a chance to score. I just think that Army's going to probably score about 28 to 30 points this game is my prediction. So I would think that, gives a good chance for both those guys to score. Man, I need to quit kneeing my desk, brother. Holy hell. Ooh, this line has moved a little bit in my favor, though. I like this. Miami of Ohio. 1.5 point favorites over Ohio. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm in the perfect situation, so I really am. If I had to pick my lean is Miami of Ohio minus 130 on the money line. Let's be honest. We have a future on Miami to win their conference. I placed that, I want to say like 4 weeks ago at like 2-1 odds plus 250 for them to win their conference. And now that they're in the title game, we just need one more game, man. So I'm kind of leaning them there. So this is a perfect hedge opportunity where I'm probably going to bet Ohio money line. Personally, for me, I'm going to bet Ohio money line so I can get the hedge opportunity, but I love me some Miami of Ohio if I had to bet this game, which I'll probably honestly bet Miami of Ohio on the money line as well. Take a little bit of it. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to bet Miami of Ohio. I'm going to have their future, and then I'm going to probably take, I think I have like 150. That'd be about 150-ish. So I'll probably cut that in half, do about 70 on Miami of Ohio money line. To where then it's like, hey, I either at least get my money back or we're going to be swimming in money. But I love that I can have the opportunity. Miami of Ohio is my pick on the money line, minus 130. Arizona State, Iowa State. Give me Arizona State, baby. Arizona State minus 2.5. I think they truly can win this. This is going to be an awesome football game. This is big. Only reason I'm not going to go into too much, Cam Scatabo, I was going to bet on him, but he's minus 310 to score a touchdown. These college lines, baby. You got to love it. The only reason I'm not going to talk too much in this game about picking a side, like, I love Arizona for this reason. Arizona's going to be good. It's Big 12, man. Anything can happen. I could say all this, and then it's the Big 12, and the Big 12 effect happens. So I do lean Arizona State money line minus 126, though, if we're going to be honest. If I take the money line, I'd rather take the minus 126. I'll pay the 20 cents of juice to not have to worry about that 2.5 number. But, by the way, the parlay I wanted to tell you about that I took, another two-legger. Jacksonville State money line, Boise State money line, Jacksonville State, Boise State money line. That is plus 142. Don't mind that too much, but that is something I took as well. But also, if you just want to take Boise with somebody else, let's be real. Boise State, Texas might not be bad. That's not something I do. Boise State, SMU could be good. Boise State, Oregon, would love that. Those are all. That's basically what I'm looking at. I'm going to try to pair Boise State with somebody else because that 3.5 really scares the shit out of me. So I'm not going to go a little bit lighter on the 3.5. Try to throw the Boise State money line in somewhere else. Texas, 2.5 point favorites over Georgia. Georgia won the first meeting. I feel like Texas. I'm gonna write Texas in red. I really don't have a bet for this game. I'd be lying to you if I did. This is gonna be a fun game. I'm gonna watch. Probably bet one of these teams live when I catch a vibe of who I really want to pick. But if I had to pick right now, I'd probably lean Texas because they didn't win the first matchup. I think they do win this matchup, but there's a chance these teams face each other for a third time down the line. So it's like there's a chance we got a trilogy upcoming. So this is going to be a very important chapter in the SEC title game, obviously. And shout out Nick Saban for calling this game at the very beginning of the season. Nailed it. But yeah, I would lean Texas if I had to take anything, but I don't think I'm going to bet that game per se. Raging Cajuns, 5.5 point favorites over Marshall. Nothing. I got nothing on Louisiana. Marshall, I've been tapped out of the Sun Belt a little bit this year, especially with some of these lower level teams. So I got nothing as of right now. But when I write my article for Thursday or Friday, I might come out Friday. Whichever day comes out, Thursday night, Friday afternoon. Whenever I write that out, I will have a bet on this game at least, and I will have a side for you. I just need to do a little bit more research personally. SMU, and I'll admit it, I need to do a little bit more research on that game. SMU minus 2.5 over Clemson. We will take SMU minus 2.5. Just for the simple fact that I won't bet on Clemson, man. This is another one of those things. We're going to bet on all these games because it's the end of the season, baby. But I do like... I won't be shocked if Clemson wins this game. This is going to be another awesome game. I just can't get myself to pick them. That's basically what it comes down to. I don't mind either team. I just can't get myself to pick Clemson. Can talk myself a little bit more into SMU. And it'd be an awesome story to watch SMU win the ACC in their first time in conference. We're kind of rooting for that a little bit. But I will say, SMU has to keep this close. So I do like I wouldn't mind if you put Clemson in a teaser. I wouldn't mind that too much because I think that this game is going to have to be close regardless. Clemson's fighting for its playoff hopes. Clemson has to win this game to make college football playoffs. They lose, you might as well grab your shit and hit the road, man, because you are going to have to prep for next year or a bowl game. So, SMU, I am going to take the minus 2.5, but don't be shocked if Clemson's able to steal it. This is going to be a very awesome game. They're going to have to keep it close, like I said. Because if SMU has to keep it close if they want to not, because if they get blown out, they're probably just going to get left out and they're going to put in Alabama. So there's a lot of factors, massive factors coming into this game. Final game of the night, not too many factors into this one, but pretty much I think most people are talking this is the battle for the 1 seed and the 5 seed. Winner gets 1 seed, loser gets 5 seed in the college football playoffs. Oregon, 3.5 point favorites over Penn State. Give me Oregon. Oregon minus 3.5. I'm not going to take James Franklin. We've bet on James Franklin on big games on this channel about 5 to 6 times. Don't think he's covered a single one. So I'm good on betting James Franklin, and that's literally the only reason. I have liked what I've seen from Oregon this year. Ben in Oregon has been somewhat successful for us this year as well, so I have just a little bit more love there. So it's totally biased, I'll admit it. I just can't get myself to oh shit, push my chair the wrong way. Can't get myself to take him. We will take Tyler Warren minus 120 to score. I like how his odds are low because I think that he's gonna have to score for them if they want to stay in this game. So Tyler Warren minus 120, love that number. I don't mind Jordan James at minus 180, but I'm not gonna. Tez Johnson plus 110, we're gonna take him as well because that's another guy who feels like that Penn State's gonna want to use to score. So I like both those guys to score. Past that, yeah, we're gonna take Penn State minus 3, or not Penn State, excuse me. We're gonna take Oregon minus 3.5. Look for them to win and get the 1 seed. I'm very excited to watch what Dan Lanning uses to get the boys going. Used Gladiator just recently with the thumbs down. I think he just used Inglourious Bastards in this last game. Man, this is gonna be fun, man. It's conference championship week. All these games look to be good. We don't got a single game that's. We got 1 game that's over 5.5 points. Sorry, 2 games are over 5.5 points. The rest of them are within 4 or 3, and I mean, man, the fact that all these games are within touchdowns, hey, we got some craziness that's potentially going to happen. But to finish off my bets, we're going to take Boise minus 3.5, Ashton Genty 2+ TDs. Ricky White over 76.5 receiving yards. We're going to take Boise State money line, Ashton Jeanty 2+ touchdowns at plus 107. We're going to take Jacksonville State minus 4.5. Army plus 5.5. Army money line parlayed with a Bryson Daly touchdown. I think that might actually just tank the odds. So let me double check that real quick. Sorry to do this live, but not horrible. I guess it's plus 188, but that isn't as much as I thought it would. So ignore that. We're just gonna take Army plus 5.5. Army money line. Kanye Udo anytime touchdown. Miami of Ohio. We're gonna take them on the money line. We're gonna take Arizona State on the money line. We're gonna take SMU minus 2.5, and then we're gonna take Oregon minus 3.5. Tyler Warren anytime touchdown. Tess Johnson anytime touchdown. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for support. I really do appreciate it. Man, what a fun day today. It was a really fun day today. We got to do Pickem. Long day today. Got to have out my bets. Man, very, very excited for this. It's going to be an awesome conference championship weekend. Just crazy. I'm going to be coming back here on this show. Next week, we're going to be talking Army-Navy, talking NFL Week 14, and we're going to be talking college football playoffs. To finish off with this outro, I'm just going to kind of give you guys the college football playoff picture, what we're kind of looking at seating-wise. And yeah, pretty much all we're going to end with. I truly do appreciate everyone watching. It's been a fun ride. Up there with being one of our most successful NFL seasons. Betting, and we aren't even done with it just yet. So, like I said, to end it, sorry, I forgot to type the word playoff. So, college football playoff. So, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at the buys being number 1 seed bye, Oregon. 2 buys, Texas. 3 buys, SMU. 4 buys, Boise. I'm assuming Boise's probably not. I'm assuming they're going to put the Big 12 in over Boise there. Just my personal belief. Then you got Penn State versus Arizona State. Ohio State versus Tennessee. Alabama versus Notre Dame. Then Georgia versus Indiana. Man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for support. I really do appreciate it. I'll see everyone tomorrow. If you want to stop by Captain by Hook with the red beard, we'll be going over all these plays again, probably going over some other stuff he wants to talk about in the football world. And then we will be back in this feed on Tuesday to go over NFL, everything that happened in that, and then to react to the College Football Conference Championship weekend and get ready for playoff time, baby. And hey, don't forget, everyone needs to go buy their bowling shoes, man. It's about college football bowling season.